Hello everyone, welcome back to our English lecture. This is our second week on the unit time. I hope everybody is doing well at home. Try to stay positive by keeping yourself busy and don't forget to stretch your body a little bit. There are a lot of free cardio exercises online. Try to do them at home. Sweat a little bit. That will make yourself feel better and help you relax. Okay, let me show you our agenda for this week. First, I'm going to review the expressions about time we introduced last week, and then I will also ask you some questions about the reading, John Harrison, the clockmaker who changed the world. I will make sure you understand the key terms and main ideas about the sections we worked on previously. And then we will move on to talk about the remaining two paragraphs to find out what happened to John Harrison in the end. And then we will tap into the new TED Talk. The new TED Talk is quite interesting. I believe the speaker is the most engaging speaker we have encountered so far, and his topic is on inside the mind of the master procrastinator. Do you know what a procrastinator is? If you don't, you'll learn a lot more about what a procrastinator is and what procrastination is all about. And we will end our lecture with your group discussion. Okay, let's get started. Now, please pause the lecture video for about 30 seconds to find out the answers to the three definitions on the slide. Okay, I assume you have your answers ready. Now, let's go over the answers. The first one, to do something that you have planned to do for a long time. So this is, of course, get around to. And then the second one, to do something earlier than planned. Then this is move up. And the third one, to feel excited about what is going to happen. This is look forward to. A note on grammar. The two in get around to and look forward to, they are both prepositions, so they need to be followed by gerunds. So you need to say get around to doing something or look forward to doing something. Alright. Two questions about the John Harrison reading. So again, pause the video for 30 seconds and try your best to answer these questions. Okay, I assume you had your answers ready. So the first one, how did the Board of Longitude come into existence? So the reason why they had this board was because good timekeeping on the sea was impossible at that time. And this made a lot of ships get lost or even crash. So this is what we call the longitude problem. So that's why they have the Board of Longitude to call for proposal to find out the best solution to the problem. And what are the types of clocks Harrison invent? So last week we talked about pendulum clock and mechanism clock. I remember I showed you the animations. So hopefully you still have memories about those animations and know what these two types of clocks are. Okay, so that's it for the review this week. So now please go to page 120. Look at activity 2. I would like you to look at these 8 sentences and do 3 things. First, underline the expression with time in each sentence. And second, use the context to determine what that phrase means. And finally, come back to the lecture to check your approximate meaning with my explanation. So now please pause the lecture for about 2 minutes and do what I say on the screen. Alright, I assume you did what I asked you to do. Now let's take a look at these expressions in these 8 sentences. So the first one you underline should be ahead of their time. So what does ahead of their time mean? It means before a certain time. So sentence 1, his design were years ahead of their time. Even now, some of them seem advanced. That means this person is quite visionary. A few years ago, he already designed something from the future. Okay, so that's what ahead of their time means. Second one, from time to time. What does that mean? It means sometimes but not often. Okay, so I get strange messages from my brother from time to time. So that means maybe 2 or 1 to 2 times a day. That would be what we call from time to time. The third one should be on time. So on time, what does that mean? It means to start something at the right time. I hope the plane takes off on time. I don't want to have to wait at the airport for hours. So if the plane is scheduled to take off at 8 o'clock, if it really takes off at 8 o'clock, then that's on time. And finally, on this slide, in time. So what does in time mean? It means early enough. Let's take a look at the sentence. If we don't leave now, we don't get there early enough. I want to get there in time for the start of the show. So in time, what does that mean? If we look at this sentence situation, if the show starts at 7:30 on schedule, then if you arrive in time, that means you arrive at around 7:15, 7:20. Okay, so that would be in time. So on time and in time are different. Okay, are different. Let's move on. The fifth one should be at one time. So what does at one time mean? It means once. So in the past, life at sea was extremely dangerous. So once life at sea was dangerous, but not anymore. Okay. At one time, sailors would be lucky to live beyond 40 years old. So one sailor lived a very short life, but not anymore. The sixth one, past the time. So what does it mean? It means to do something to keep busy while waiting. So while we waited, we passed the time playing cards. Okay, so it means they are waiting for something, so they do something to kill time. Okay. The seventh one, in days time. It means how many more days. So it's my birthday in 2 days time. So after 2 days, it's your birthday. Or we can say after about 10 days time, we can be free again. People can go to school, go to work as normal. Okay, let's hope for the best. Finally, it's time to do something. What does that mean? It means the time to do a certain thing. So it's time to find out who this year's winner is. Okay, it means it's the time to do that. Or on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, it's time to learn English. Okay, so these are the expression with time. Okay, so 8 more expressions for you to learn. I hope you find some time to process them.